Jubilee House today. We're joined in studio by Edward Tutor, the executive convener for Dynamic Youth Movement. Good to see you, bro.
Good to be here.
All right, you're welcome. You were in this meeting, right?
Yes, please, I was there.
Would you say that we have achieved a consensus on how to deal with this illegal mining menace following this meeting today?
I must say that most of us were disappointed when we heard that the president was inviting all stakeholders, especially CSO that have been very vocal on the matter of illegal mining. We were hopeful that the president was coming to tell us that he's finally heeded to our cause and he's about to declare a state of emergency and he was going to take our inputs as major stakeholders. But when we got there, it was more or less like a rehash of all that he has said. You know, there was this presentation by NIMOS and the National Security Apparatus, and they left out a very important detail.
Which is?
That after declaring our forest reserves and our water bodies, red zones, security zones, in less than a week, those zones were breached. In the Bono region, Western North region, these Galamseyers had returned, invaded, and they were raping our river bodies, they were raping our forests as if nothing is at stake. Therefore, it brings into sharp focus what we have been saying, that we've seen measures under the previous regime. Operation Hot 1, Hot 2, Vanguard here and there. We've had yellow river gas, now we have blue river gas under the new administration, and nothing is working. Therefore, we were so disappointed when the president started the whole program and we felt that we were about to be told that, look, finally, we are about to declare a state of emergency.
But the president can't just go on and make arbitrary decisions. I mean, he says if he's going to declare a state of emergency, he needs to consult. He has a National Security Council to consult. The council presently does not believe that, we need a state of emergency. The measures available now can't deal with the menace. So the president is relying on the advice of the National Security Council.
And that is where we have a problem, because we have a 1992 constitution that regulates everything we do in this country, including the office of the president. Now, I'll take you to Article 31. And Article 31 talks about the emergency powers of the president. If you go to Article 31, clause 1 to 3, it outlines the stakeholders that are needed in order for a state of emergency to be declared. So when you read it, it talks about the Council of State that must give advice to the president. So he didn't mention the National Security Council. So far as a state of emergency is concerned, the National Security Council, which the president himself chairs as commander-in-chief, does not come into the equation at all.
Not at all?
No, because it is there, Article 31. If you can read it, the president, acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State. It doesn't bring in the National Security Council. So if it is the Council of State that the president says, I'm waiting for advice from them, that is legit because it is legal. The Constitution says it. Apart from that, the Constitution also talks about Parliament. So the clause 3 talks about Parliament. Parliament shall, within 72 hours, goes on and on. So to declare state of emergency, one, you need a president that is decisive to say that, look, where this situation has gotten to, I must declare state of emergency. Then he goes to the Council of State. There he seeks advice. And then from there you go to Parliament.
But I don't think the president was referring to
the president has to test majority over there. So over there too, the president does not have any hindrance. With to test majority, he can declare a state of emergency. He can keep the others in line. So you have the president who is willing. We have a Council of State that is also abreast with the issues and they are willing. Then you have a Parliament in which the president has an overwhelming majority over there. So if you are saying that you are going to depend on the advice of your National Security Council, that is misinformation. The president is trying to hide behind his own National Security Council, which he chairs. If the commander-in-chief is chairing the National Security Council, and as commander-in-chief, you say, look, where our situation has gotten to, our people cannot get water to drink. Babies are dying. Fetuses are not even safe. Kidney diseases are on the rise. Our contumely, our banche, and all our staples are being what? Poisoned. At this stage, we are all eating and drinking poison. War has been declared on us as Ghanaians. And the president want to just tell him again, look, where things have gotten to, we do not need to talk. We don't need any more advocacy. We have said all that needs to be said. The Catholic Bishop has said all that needs to be said. The Ghana Academy of Arts and Science has said all that needs to be said. The National Coalition Against Illegal Mining has said all that needs to be said. The media has said all that needs to be said. The youth, we've been on the streets under the regime of Nana Akufo-Addo and Your Excellency, your administration, we've been on the streets. A whole Roman Catholic Church has been on the streets. What more do you want to hear? What more do you want to see? Mr. President, please declare a state of emergency. The National Security Council does not come in any way. It is just a constitution of the major stakeholders when it comes to our security apparatus, the army, fire service, immigration, and what have you, coming together with a few cabinet ministers for us to decide. But it has not, they don't have any locus when it comes to the declaration of a state of emergency. Okay. And please, very, very important. When you go to the Article 31, the clause 9, there's something very, very important there. Now, when you go to the clause 9, it says the circumstances under which a state of emergency may be declared under this article include a natural disaster or any situation in which any action is taken or is immediately threatened to be taken by any person or body of persons, which A, is calculated or likely to deprive the community of the essentials of life. This is the Constitution, Article 31. Water is an essential of life.
So you think, I mean, the
food,
conditions are...
No, please.
All right,
please.
Go ahead.
Food is an essential of life.
All right.
The air that we breathe is an essential of life. And we are not talking about a section. We are not talking of a locality. We are talking about the whole country. Over 34 million Ghanaians are eating poisonous food, drinking poisonous water, and the Constitution says that if the basic necessities of life are threatened, it warrants the declaration of a state of emergency. So if anybody is advising the president that where we have gotten to, we can still fight this without declaration of emergency, they need to be fired because they are misleading the president. And Mr. President, anybody who is advising you not to declare a state of emergency, they are misleading you, they are ill-advising you, and you need to fire them as a matter of urgency. Look, anybody who does not agree with us that we need to declare a state of emergency is a traitor. It's an enemy of the state. And we must get rid of such characters, such marauding hoodlums
as soon as possible. The
security couples
on the National Security Council.
Anybody that is advising the president that where we have gotten to with this illegal mining menace, a state of declaration does not need to be declared. Such characters are misleading the president, and they are traitors, they are enemies of the state, and the president must fire them as soon as possible. Okay. We do not need such characters to be our president because the Constitution is clear. Right. Article 31 clause 9a, it says what? Anything or any situation or any group of people that threaten the basic necessities of life of any people, a state of emergency must be declared. Right. Therefore, if we are eating poison, we are drinking poison, we are breathing in poison, and the whole nation is at stake. The old are not spared, the youth are not spared, babies are not spared, even the fetuses, the pregnancies in the womb are not being spared. All right. Then what else are we waiting for?
All right. Thank you, Edward. But I don't think the president was referring to the constitutional procedure in declaring a state of emergency. He was just probably referring to his security briefings from his security couples on the council.
No, he's talking about advice.
It's fine.
And I asked the question about state of emergency, and he said he has not been advised. And I'm also saying that when you look at the Constitution, Article 31 that we have read,
the advice
the Constitution says it is the Council of State that must advise the president.
I get that.
Therefore, the advice we need right now must come from the Council of State. And some of us are even of the opinion that, look, if the president is dragging his feet to declare state of emergency, then the Council of State can come up with a resolution. They can meet, vote overwhelmingly, they can vote unanimously, and they can arrive at a resolution to compel the president to declare state of emergency.
Article
31 says that when they make the decision, they should gazette it. Okay. When they gazette it, the president will be compelled to go to parliament, and with overwhelming majority in parliament, a state of emergency will be declared.
Thank you very much, Edward Tutor, the executive convener for